Today I fucked up by busting a nut in the middle of my gym. I'm a pretty fit guy, but I've been toking a little too much lately and decided I need to occupy my time with more productive and healthy habits, i.e. exercising. So today I was in my school's gym. I go to a small D3 college on the west coast, doing my usual workout routine, and I got to the portion where I do 2 1-minute wall sits. The first one went fine. I felt a little shakier than normal, but I'm sleep deprived, so I figured that was why. The second wall sit, however, was significantly more difficult than I'm used to. There were 5 seconds left. I was boring holes into the clock with my eyes, and my legs were shaking like a senile chihuahua's. When the clock finally hit the 1-minute mark, I stood up and came in my pants. Literally. It was so bizarre. The trembling started in my groin where the majority of the pain was, and then moved in between my legs, and I just came. My dick was soft the whole time. So there I was, standing up, legs crossed, probably looking like a fucking creep. Luckily my compressions kept everything contained, but I still got a weird look or two. I can never leave my dorm again. Macron ___/ Macron. Too long didn't read. I got super shaky during my workout and had a spontaneous orgasm in the middle of my gym in front of several people, and now I can't be seen in public anymore. Edit. I left out the fact that did actually orgasm. Some people are under the impression that I literally squeezed the golden glue out of my balls. If that were the case, I'd be in the hospital, not on Reddit. Why are so many Redditors having spontaneous orgasms in public today? Some dude earlier said he had a wet dream on a plane. Every day we stray further from God's light. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Is this even possible? I did a little research, and apparently exercise-induced orgasms happen to some women, and even fewer men. Item 8. This happens to me when I have sex in the middle of the gym. It's really weird. This happens to women. The leg lift machine at my gym makes me orgasm. LOL, that was weird finding that out. Excuse me, ma'am? The gym is closing. Number 5 more minutes. Today I fucked up by joking with a date I was a serial killer. So because of circumstances beyond my control, this didn't happen today. Cue my first date with a girl I met on Tinder. We meet up at a restaurant and get to talking. This are going great. She thinks I'm funnier in person. When does that ever happen? She actually invites me to the mall to hang out more with some of her friends when dinner is over. So after the food arrives, the conversation turns a little more towards how we met. Pay close attention and you will spot my mistake. She states she's glad I'm normal and not some sort of serial killer. Now I could have just laughed. I could have, but I was funny, remember? I replied with, oh thanks for thinking I'm normal. But I actually am a serial killer, bodies for days buried out at the farm. She laughed, I laughed, I thought I did great at making it sound sarcastic. She excuses herself to the bathroom to do whatever girls do in bathrooms on dates. It was taking a questionably long time for her to return, and I was slightly worried she bailed and stuck me with the bill. My luck, right? Wrong. So unbelievably wrong. My luck was worse as police officers suddenly appear out of nowhere and tell me to keep both of my hands visible on the table. At this point I'm confused. This must be a joke. I see my date coming with a staff member and get ready for Ashton Kutcher to appear. No such luck. The police ask if it's me and she says yeah. The cops get me to stand up and handcuff me and walk me out. Not a single person seems to want to answer any of my questions. I'm in the car and the police are outside talking to my date for a few minutes when they get into the car with me and ask me if I told my date I was a serial killer. Are you fucking kidding? I tell them yes, but I was joking. LPT, don't admit to police you told someone you were a serial killer. So that derailed my plans. I spent the next 5 to 6 hours explaining myself over and over and over that I was kidding. I guess eventually they either believed me or got tired of hearing me speak, much to my lawyer's disapproval, to me speaking, and let me go and reminded me that my jokes suck. I'm not sure how date number 2 will go, but I'm excited to find out. Also a bright side is that I have no idea who paid for my food. TL Doctor, I made a joke I was a serial killer. Date doesn't get sarcasm. I spend hours in the police station. She invites you to the mall to hang out with friends. Did this date happen when you were 14 in 1992? I genuinely don't see how this could happen. LPT, pretend to be a serial killer to get a free meal. No, no, no. Pretend to be a serial killer, one free meal. Actually be a serial killer, free meals every day for the rest of your life. A girl I dated in high school was really interested in serial killers. She read their biographies, police reports, followed the news releases on their trials and appeals, and everything. To say she had a fascination with them would be putting it mildly. If you're interested, I can see if she's been widowed again. Does she like farms? You're actually going on a second date with her. Please don't admit to the multiple banks you've robbed or the insider trading that you've been a part of. She's pretty hot. Today I fucked up by mowing the lawn after a hurricane. Hey Reddit. As is tradition, this didn't happen today, rather it happened Monday. So Hurricane Dorian happened. And my old man called me up to assist him in removing all the shite and detritus that was distributed all the fuck over the lawn. Now, we have a shitload of trees on the property. The amount of branches, leaves, sticks, and acorns was beyond reason. After a few beers of cleaning up I got a bright idea. I am a lazy man, fuck doing this by hand, where is the lawn mower? My father is also a lazy man at times, so in the years since his free slave labor moved out, me and my brother, he bought himself a nice ride-on mower to facilitate ease of rum and coke consumption during lawn maintenance activity. Due to this, the old mower, which has the ability to bag up cuttings instead of dispersing them, was tucked away in the shed covered in several years' worth of tools, boxes, cobwebs, and various other pains in the ass. Got that bad bitch out and took a gander at it. It had seen better years, the frame was bent slightly, and the little rubber flap at the back that prevents small objects from exiting the rear of the mower at a high rate of speed was nowhere to be found. Likely in the same spot as my common sense and a heaping pot of foreshadowing. God tried to warn me. No matter what I did, the thing would not turn over, however. Armed with hubris and a bottle of quick start spray, I got it sputtering to life, and with a chuckle to myself about how clever I was, I set to mowing. Now, the records show in Halifax there were no serious injuries due to Hurricane Dorian. The records are wrong. For the fateful moment I set that lawn mower to the grass, one of those little acorns was propelled at warp 6 out of the back of the mower, off the tip of my steel-toed boot, and pinged my left testicle like a Newton's cradle of pain. Everything was fine for a few blissful seconds. As my Molson Canadian-soaked neurons attempted to process the incoming genital distress beacon before my world turned white. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this next part because I'm certain I screamed so loud they heard my 100% manly cries on the International Space Station. I dropped like a sack of lead potatoes, wailing like a wounded hyena, and promptly evacuated the remaining inexpensive domestic lager from within my stomach, thankfully managing to miss myself. Lucky for me, I never intended on having kids. Too long didn't read, went to mow the lawn, preformed a one-man genital-centric Final Destination sequel. Edit, holy fuck my inbox. I'm trying my best to upvote all you fucks, but it's like I'm the last chick in the bar and the house lights just came on. Edit, so clearly a good chunk of you enjoyed this. This shit blew up faster than a homeschooled prom king. I've certainly got plenty of tales from a misspent and currently still ongoing youth. So stay tuned for more debauchery from a well-spoken hunk of Canadian white trash. My takeaway from this is, always wear a cup while drinking and mowing up hurricane debris with a mower that is missing a grass catcher/flap. Yup. Your mower needs one of three things: the flap, the bag, the mulching insert. If you don't have any of those, this is basically a mechanized, tornado-powered launcher, and it's aimed right at you. Stone beats stick, stick beats acorn, acorn beats stones. Woman inherits the earth. Props on wearing steel toe boots. At least, that was a good idea. If you have steel toes, I'm guessing you're a working man. If so, and if your company does safety moments, you should totally use this story as one. Ha! Implying my place of work has safety meetings. So that's what that sound was. You woke me up. I'm in Iowa. FYI, it's a myth that sperm is only made in the left testicle. Both testicles make sperm, so you still can have children. You're already halfway to your goal of being child-free, so I'm afraid you're gonna need to fire that bad boy up for one more ride, cowboy. Strikes left testicle again.